Assalamu alaikum class. Today we are going to do post and follow-up reading activity. So this lecture will basically focus on the post reading and the follow-up reading activities. And by the end of the lecture, you will be able to analyze and design post and follow-up reading activities. Previously, we have covered pre-reading and while reading activities and VAS and tasks and other strategies as well. Okay, so these are some of the post reading activities that can be used. That are from the whole text, right? The while reading activities are from specific parts of the text, whereas post reading activity is from the whole text. Okay, so number one is jumbled main ideas to be meshed with the paragraph. So different ideas can be given to the students in a mix pattern, just like a reordering. So same is the case over here, but that reordering sentences are given, whereas over here the overall idea of the text of the paragraphs are given. Like for example, if there are 5 paragraphs in a text, then overall 5 ideas from each paragraph will be given to the students in random form. Okay, then they are supposed to mesh those ideas with the paragraphs and they have to arrange it in the proper order. Number two, matching pictures with the text. Same is the case over here. Here the pictures are given. In the first one, ideas or the main ideas of the whole paragraphs are given, whereas over here the pictures are related with the paragraphs. They are given, and then the teacher will ask them to order the pictures, or you can even ask them to relate the pictures with the specific paragraph, to point out the paragraph related with that particular picture. Okay. Number three, completing tables for classification, list of adjectives with who, when, why column, list of statements with who, when, what, why, where columns. This is exactly the same which we have discussed in the listening activities, right? You can give them a list of the dialogues can be given to the students, or the statements, or sometimes the word, and then you can ask the students to that who has said this to whom, and when and where. Okay, or any other information that you think is related with the text. Number four is separating mixed text. Separating mixed text means uh, similar text, like for example they have read one of the texts. Now another similar text can be given to the students in a mixed form, right? For example, the first paragraph of the text that they have studied, and another paragraph of some other text can be mixed with it. Sometimes the paragraphs, sometimes the lines. It depends on the level of the students. You can mix either paragraphs or you can mix either sentences. Okay, and then you can ask them to separate it, to underline it, or to cancel them out. Now another post reading activity is choose the suitable title, another title for the text. Okay, they have already studied the title, they have already studied the text. Now is the time to either ask them to suggest another title, or you can give them few titles and then you can ask them to choose the best one, the suitable one. Okay, like for example, related with those 3 unusual hotels, 3 titles are given here, and then you can if you have not shown the title, then you can ask them to write the title. But if they already are aware of the title, then you can ask them to suggest another title or to select another title. Okay, writing summary, this is very important. Now there are two ways. Either you can ask the students to write the summary on their own, focusing on all the important information, but over here you have to mention them that the summary should be 1/3, that is the actual requirement of the summary. Okay, and this is usually at the advanced level when you are asking the students to write the summary. But usually for beginners or for intermediate students, you can give the summary with blanks. Okay, now if it is the beginner level, then you can even give them the words, like for it is given in the example as well. Okay, the summary is given, and for blanks words are also given. This is only for the beginners. For the intermediate level, there is no need to give the words. You just have to give the summary with blanks, and they are supposed to fill those blanks on the basis of whatever they have read from the text. Whereas for advanced level, you can ask them to write the summary. Okay, so these are the three levels. Then there are some of the follow-up activities as well. Follow-up activities, as you already know, can be of two types: extensive reading or intensive reading. Let me explain it again, that extensive reading is for pleasure, which students can read on their own whenever they want, whereas intensive reading is for any specific purpose. Like for example, some projects can be given to the students, or some assignment can be given to the students, and if they are reading for that particular purpose, then that is included in intensive reading. Okay, so here some of the intensive reading activities are mentioned. Number one is rewriting the portion of the text in different tense. So here the students are supposed to write, like for example, if there is something related with the daily routine, the past daily routine, right? So you can ask the students to write them in present tense, simple present tense, that is the present daily routine. Okay, or if it is present daily routine, then you can ask them to write in such a way as if it will seem that it is some past daily routine, right? Simple past tense. Okay, so you can, if possible, then you can ask them to write that particular portion of the text in a different tense. Number two is holding debates on text related topic. If for example the topic is debatable, then later on as a follow-up activity you can conduct any debate within the class, or it can be at even higher level as well. Okay. Number three is recalling similar text or incident. Like for example, if I have discussed text the day the dam broke in the class as well, right? So I've discussed that before. I hope you remember the story. So that was based on rumor, right? So you can ask the students to narrate or to tell any other similar text or any other story that they come across it related with the rumor, what happened because of any rumor, how the panic was created, how they reacted, or whatever. Number four is working on project. If any topic is worthy enough to give any kind of project, then you can do this as well. You can give a task related with it. Then you can even hold exhibitions or models. Like I hope you remember that in the school levels you usually do science exhibition, participate in science exhibitions and art exhibitions, right? So those exhibitions are basically making models of the text that you have studied, right? So same is the case over here. That is usually a follow-up activity that is done. Another follow-up activity is changing a story into a drama. Now the example is given over here. You can ask the students to make dialogues to change a narrative text into a form of a drama. उधर पहले तो हमने बात की थी tense change करने की, ठीक है? Here we are talking about the genre of the text. Okay, if it is a narration, if it is a story, then you can ask them to make some dialogues, prepare some dialogues, so that it will become a drama. That is usually of course for some advanced level, or sometimes at intermediate as well, but you cannot give this at a beginner level. Same is the case with this changing text into narration. Now look at the example. This can be given in some other way as well. Imagine you are staying at one of the hotel. Write an email to a friend telling him or her about your experience there. If it was a drama, if any drama is given to the students, then you can ask them to write an email or to narrate that to your friend. Okay, so that will be a kind of a narration. And these are this is the example of extensive reading activity. Like for example, you can ask the students that if they are willing to go to any hotel, then they can study the details from any website. You can even give them the websites as well. Okay, so this is how extensive reading activity can be given. You can ask them to search about any hotel which So that's all for pre-reading, while reading, post-reading, and follow-up activities. If you like these videos, please subscribe the channel and like the video. Thank you so much.